Welcome to the Breakfast Brew, your second cup video cast. Holy cow, you can see them.
I hope you have a subject today.
He was supposed to have one.
Yeah, but you're supposed to have one too.
I mean, there's a number of things that we can
Your
talk about.
turn. It's an even show, so it's your turn.
Okay, fine.
And if it's an odd show and I don't have a subject, it's your turn too.
So pretty much just be ready with a topic anytime.
Yeah, that way if I'm not prepared. All right, thanks, Dolph. Here we are. Episode number 6. And Ange,
No, we're 7.
7?
This is 7.
Wow, I've lost count. We've done so many. Well, anyways, and again, Ange, you've brought us another spectacular special guest.
Cutest guy ever.
Jeff Reynolds.
Yes.
Right here.
Our
Yeah.
version of good old JR.
This is what's great about
Jeff, okay? We all have ties to him.
Right.
You have ties to him. Mike has ties to him. I've had ties to him for the longest because this guy right here, cutest guy ever, is my cousin.
Yeah, you've actually had the longest ties, right?
I've known him for a whole 47 years.
Yeah.
Holy crap, am I old?
No, that's me, buddy. That's me that's old.
So
I can remember when she was born, for God's sakes.
Yeah, let's not go
on that
there.
note, though, I mean, you're going to bring that up. Jeff, what was your reaction when she introduced you to her boyfriend / fiance?
I was just about to tell that story. Do you
Remember?
I'm going to tell the story.
Okay. Oh, God.
I relive it every night. So, of course, Michael Guyman is the individual we're talking about right now. And he was one of my stock clerks, as was Mr. George at the Phase Drugs in Ogdensburg.
Yes.
And I know Mike was struggling a little bit there going into some
He's telling the story.
going into that day at the drugstore, and he was getting ridden pretty hard by oh my God, Dan McGuire.
Yeah, the manager. Yep, Dan.
Our manager. Yep. And so we said, Mike, can you go out and bring some carts in? Well, that's the last I saw of Mike. Flash forward, what, 3 years later, 4 years later,
Yep.
I'm over at my aunt's house, my Aunt Janet, who was Angela's mother, my mom's sister. And I hear Angela's bringing her, yes, Christmas Eve.
It's Christmas
and
Eve.
Angela's bringing her boyfriend in. She's bringing her boyfriend over. I go, oh, that's cool. They'll get to meet Angela's boyfriend. The door opens up, and in walks Angela with Mike Guyman. And I immediately said, Mike, where the hell you been for 3 years? We said you have to get carts, and you never came back.
God, it's so true.
It's so true, except
You and Kim walked in, and Mike and I were on Mom and Dad's couch.
That's true. That's true.
And
I look over and see
up,
there's
you walked up, and Mike stood up, and he said, holy crap, is that Jeff Reynolds?
I'm like,
So I look
what?
and I go, how the hell do you know Jeff Reynolds? Mike Guyman, where the hell have you been?
we sent him out for carts. Apparently, he went next door to Price Chopper, applied for a job, and got hired
like on the spot.
on the spot, and he was gone.
And he was without a
It's
without
true.
a
I
bonus.
was there that day. I remember that
You
day.
were.
Do you
Matt,
were?
yes.
Do you remember that? That's
Yeah.
hysterical.
That was a rough day for him. That was Dan was particularly, and when Dan got in the mood for somebody, you were pretty much toast. That was
Girl.
he was going to push you. Either you were going to rise up and just deal with it, or it was going to push you over the edge. In Mike's case, it pushed him
Exactly.
right out the
Over
door
the
to get
edge.
carts. So,
Oh, that's great. That's great.
But yeah, but
Yep.
look at us now.
Yes.
Now what am I, Angela?
Now you're Uncle Jeb.
I'm the Godfather.
You are the Godfather.
So
So
okay, so this is real quick story. When Mike and I were getting married, we went to one of the shops in Messina, and the lady that owned it was an Oriental lady, and she spoke with an Oriental accent. So I walked in one day, and she looked at me. She said, "Your Uncle Jeb getting married?" And I said, "What?" And she said, "Your Uncle Jeb, he get married." I said, "Jeff?" She said, "Yes, Jeff, he work on the corner." I said, "He's not my uncle, he's my cousin." Whatever, he get married. So that's why to this day,
Yes.
I and Mike and all of our kids call him Uncle Jeb.
That's right.
Perfect. Well,
And then in 1999, when
Elisa was born, we went to Jeff and his lovely wife Kim and said, "Would you be Elisa's godparents?" So he is the godfather, and actually, you, Matthew, are
Yes.
Laura's godfather.
that's correct. Yes.
So all we need is my
Right.
friend Steve, and we'll have all the godfathers on one.
Oh, there you go. That's right.
But Jeff was the first godfather.
Jeff was
Oh,
the
I was.
original godfather.
I
OG.
wish- I wish we would have had the camera the day you and I went into his office and asked for a mortgage for a new house. Do you remember that? And in his office at the bank, it said, "We're leaving. We're leaving.
we're leaving Mike and Jen.
And
We want to get a mortgage for a new house." Actually,
and
no,
everybody knew that was crap.
Actually, we know it's worse. We were just doing a radio show together.
right.
I don't,
Yeah, it was very good.
It's
Yeah.
even worse.
Yeah.
but
Oh,
Jeff, I
there.
mean, you're like, for all of us, your personality and everything is so famous to all of us. And you were never really a famous. I mean, we're the ones on the radio, but we think you're the famous one. We're
We
proud
think
to
you're
know
the
you.
famous one.
You know.
Well, actually, Angela, if you think back, I actually was able to do a spot for you.
Some
Do you remember
liners
this?
for WIBG?
Yes, and it was I went in one night and when you were at YBG
Yeah.
and you played me this. Oh, listen to this! And Shadow Steven
Oh
came
my
on
God,
and
yes,
said,
we
"Oh,
were
We're talking
you're
about that the other
listening-
night.
You're listening to the Angie D show." So I'm
Yeah.
like, I can do better than that. And you're like, "Uncle Jeb, let's see what you got." So
That's
that's
right.
when I went. You're listening to Angie D, my cousin on 1050 WYBG Messina,
right, he
the
did it.
Seaway Valley leader.
Oh my God, that's right.
We're not
I
sure what
miss
we were
my
the leader
calling.
of back then, but
Yeah, well,
And of course, Angela would always finish their night with scenes from Italian restaurant.
oh my God, every night.
I did. I love that song.
Yeah.
Yep.
And Kim
every night.
loved it. Ooh, wait
Every
till Angela
night.
plays.
That's right. And every night, which was great about YBG, we powered down to 67 watts after a certain power.
Yeah, you actually
Period
had to
of time.
stand outside the radio station to hear it.
So the only way I knew,
That the show was over, honestly, was I would put the cart in of the national anthem that you had to play at the end of the night. I couldn't hear it. All I could hear was static and whatever. As soon as the red light went off on the cart, I knew that was it. It was time to go home.
Oh, the lights didn't flicker or anything.
you
and-
know, that was the only way I knew was that.
Little light stopped on that cart machine, and
But
then
you
it was
could-
done.
And you could hear the mouse on the wheel in the
Yeah.
background. Stop.
Pretty much.
Squeak, squeak, squeak. Oh,
That's right.
okay, end the show.
we've made our rounds. You know, that's some of the fun. You know, you look at other people that have documented, and I remember when Howard Stern's Private Parts came out,
Mhm.
and when he talked about his first radio jobs in those little studios with weird owners and everything. We all have those stories.
Oh my gosh, yes.
You know, but then when you think about it, like last year, I bowl on Friday nights. Of course, not right now because of COVID. But
Right.
in the fall, in the winter, you know, I bowl on Friday nights. And really, if you look around, you can make a TV show about anywhere we work.
Oh God,
Right? They've
yes.
done The Office. Now they've done a department store one.
Yeah.
You know, they've done movies about car dealerships. They've done
Yeah.
radio station shows. I mean, WKRP, one of the
WKRP.
best ever.
Yeah.
Of
Right?
course.
I still
Yeah.
watch episodes of that.
Yes, we do too.
So-
Angela loves the turkey episode.
Oh my God,
That's the
it's my
best.
favorite
That's the best episode ever. You
If
know,
God is my witness.
I thought turkeys could fly.
I swear to God, that's Mike as a GM.
Oh,
All his
it's
promotions
so-
went that way.
Oh my God. So what did he say the other day? He's on a Facebook group for WKRP, and somebody asked their favorite line, and Mike said, it's when Mr. Carlson walks in and looks at Herb Tarlick and says, "Herb, sales are down. You're the sales manager. There's got to be a connection." And I just thought, oh my God. Well, that reminds me quite truthfully of our old boss, Matt, at YBG.
Oh, well, don't forget to put the toilet paper on the.
Yes, when we had a
Big group meeting one day, called together the entire station, and we thought, this is it. We're done. We're down. It's over. And he literally came out with a, roll of toilet paper and the toilet paper holder and went like this and turned around and walked away.
That was the meeting. Make
And
sure
that
when you
was the
use it
meeting.
up, put your toilet paper back on the roll.
and that's it.
There you go. Sounds like my house, kind
Yeah,
of.
right. I know, right.
Well, and how many people are in your house, Jeff?
Just me and the missus.
So you do that.
Yes,
You're guilty.
and I can do it, and I'm I'm very good at doing that.
You know what? The only part of it that agitates me, of course, I'm a dad, so everything has to agitate me that kids do anyway. But they take the fresh roll of toilet paper and they set it on the edge of the sink. But then when they wash their hands, they get water
All wet.
toilet paper and it wastes a roll of toilet paper. And you know, in this day and age, toilet paper is a commodity.
Yeah, it really is.
I've traded new cars for toilet paper now. I mean,
Oh,
You
good.
have
wasting
not.
that stuff.
You have not. Silly goose.
Well, I've thought about it.
Yeah.
Well, of course.
All right, Jeff. So when I asked you to come on the show today, I said, get a topic ready.
Mm-hmm.
What's your topic, sir? And we'll talk.
Talk about it.
Well, let's talk about. I'm going to show you my shirt here,
Yeah, we saw
This-
earlier.
Earlier, Matt and I did. Yep.
but we weren't on the air.
Yeah.
We're talking that the sales of alcohol have increased since the pandemic. So that
Matt
tells
says as he takes a slip of
His beer.
Well, I've already had two Caesars,
Yeah.
so
yeah.
I'm
See.
feeling pretty good. I'm kind of sweating right now. Just kidding.
Okay, so it's not just me then.
Right? It's
No.
everybody.
What, sweating?
No, drinking.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Well, it's an
Wow.
essential. They're an essential business.
Yeah,
Yes. Well,
the
it's
better-
As I am essential, as
Yeah.
you are essential.
Right.
As Tim
Yeah.
over here is essential. So,
Yes. Yeah.
But how are we gonna? We got to drink, right?
Do you think that's helping people get through it?
You can't hurry.
Yeah.
Well,
You're right.
You know, one of the things that I know is that if you're right now during the COVID crisis, how many DWIs are there? Everybody has to do it at home. There's
Yeah.
no bars
True.
That's right.
So it's
Sure.
safer for
Everybody's
everybody
at home.
right now than it's ever been
Yeah.
because they're not drinking and driving because they're not supposed to go anywhere anyway.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
Very good
It's very
point.
true.
You know, so I think that's okay, right? I'm not going anywhere. Of course, I can only have 2 is my limit because then I have to check my blood sugar, and of course that's no good.
Well, Jeff, you are too, right?
What's that?
Diabetic? You're diabetic?
No, I'm American.
No, stop. This is why we wanted this guy on the show.
yeah.
Oh yeah. We have to check our sugar, but
But
Yeah.
usually, if it's moderation, you're okay. I mean, it just you can't sit down and drink a 12-pack anymore like we did when we were young. That's for
oh God, no.
you know.
Yeah,
I never could
that's,
drink a 12-pack.
And the right mixed drinks, you know, you just don't do mixed drinks that have a lot of sugar content. So you have to buy
That's what a Caesar is. A Caesar is like we just had one tonight. It's just clamato juice and a little bit of vodka and hot sauce and Worcestershire.
Oh.
Shake, Sonora, and you're all set.
And you have to buy the
Oh.
good vodka because you can't get the potato vodka because the cheap potato vodka is bad carbs. You have to buy the fancy.
That's true.
You got to buy the better vodka, so it tastes
Wow.
better anyways.
Yeah, Grey Goose.
Yeah.
Good stuff. I don't know. I bought a $50-some bottle of vodka once, and I had to get the good stuff. So
And did you drink it, or is it still in
Your
your
house.
no, I wasn't even. I was actually down in Georgia, and
Oh.
so
Oh,
we drank
where
it.
the devil lives.
It was
Yes.
gone. Yeah, that's right. Went down to Georgia. Didn't meet him when I was there, but I drank a bottle of vodka. So
But I heard he was there.
yeah.
Yeah, he was there, apparently. Apparently, Johnny was rosin up his boat. Too.
That's right. I actually saw a funny thing on Facebook. The Devil's trip to Georgia is canceled because of COVID.
Or something like that. I
Well,
put it on Facebook the other day.
Yeah, you can't really get on a plane, so.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
Can't imagine. So.
Well, there are people flying. I've seen
People that are flying.
yeah, but not many.
No,
Yeah,
not
that's
many.
But when they get there, their arms are really tired.
Yeah. He's got so many dad jokes. You have no idea.
Amen.
We went over to his mom and dad's.
Dad's house one day. We like to visit his mom and dad, my brothers and I, before all this. We would visit a couple times a month. And him and his wife walked in, and it just went boom, dad joke, dad joke, dad joke. I mean, for like an hour, he just boom, 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 boom.
Yep. And then I saw
Yeah.
Angela get up and walk out the door.
Yeah. I'm done.
I'm done. I heard enough. Okay.
That's enough.
Thank you very
Thanks.
much.
We're good.
You've been a
See you
great
later.
crowd. Don't forget to tip your waitress.
That's right.
Oh man.
Okay, so we're talking about
Drinking
drinking.
more COVID, which I agree 1,000%. I've never drank this much in my life. I drink at least every night, and I never would do that before. It would never even dawn on me to drink on weekends. So I agree. I'm with you. Is anyone else having a hard time with their eating habits during this time?
No, I eat just fine.
I know.
I've
Are you
actually gotten
eating
better
more
at
than-
it.
Normal? Are you eating worse than you should? Because
No, I'm maintaining.
are you really?
Yep.
Good for you.
Well, don't forget, we're still essential workers.
Right.
We're going back, and the stress level is maybe just a tad bit higher than it would be normally.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just the way it is right now, and the way it's going to be for a while.
Yeah, I guess it
Yeah,
is.
I don't like as far as the eating goes and stuff. I think I found myself a little bit doing a lot more carbs than I normally do because I worry about that. But I've kind of caught it. Like I gained the COVID-15 and then I was like, whoa, I could really tell that I was gaining it and adding on. So now I'm trying to be more cognizant of it.
Yeah.
My lunches at work are different, and I'm back to where I was before this started. It's hard
Are you
because
really?
yeah, for pretty much so. I mean, I just have to watch it and stay with it.
Yeah.
And this is the thing with the COVID, right? It's different for all of us. We're essential workers who are going to work every day. But that's stressful to us in different ways. The people that are staying home and aren't working, okay, so they get their unemployment and everything, but that's not easy. Sitting at home wondering if your job's going to be there in a few months.
Yeah.
Okay, you got a little extra money in this area. That's good money. And we talked about this before on the show. If you're in a big city area, that extra $600 that the federal gives you on top of your unemployment still isn't a whole lot of money.
Right.
You'd still rather be working because your bills are a lot more expensive down there. So up in this area, if you can bank the cash and kind of sit on it a little bit, you might be doing okay. But, the stress levels are huge for all of us. And, we go to work, we wonder if we're bringing this stuff home to our families.
Right.
We don't, it just, there's so many different things that you can look at and say, oh, so you chill out and you have a beverage.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I stepped
On
on
the scale the other day and I worked my butt off, I don't mind telling you, to lose 35 pounds, and then 5 came back and I got really mad at myself. But it happened so easily. And I'm the type of person that when I'm in a stressful situation, I will say, you know what, never mind, I'm having the candy bar. I'm not, it's going to make me feel better for a hot minute, blah, 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 blah. So that's what I've been doing a lot, eating a lot of stuff that I'm not used to eating. And it really just shot right back on. It did not take long on.
That's why.
Yeah. Yeah. And I noticed it like you. I noticed it really quickly.
Right.
But now, well, not exactly now, but previously, last few weeks, if you can't get to the gym, Matt, like you used to, and you can't work out like you used to at the gym, you can't go for a walk. For God's sakes, a week ago it was snowing.
Right. And this nice weather's helped a ton. Like I found even last night when I came home, I could sit in the living room and I was going to try and watch the Xfinity race and some other stuff. And then finally I'm like, you know what? It's so nice out. I'm just going to go outside in the yard and figure out something to do outside. I just don't want to be in the house.
Right.
I'm inside at work all day. I can't, I go out to check in a car. That's horrible because you're inside and you step out for a minute and know you got to go right back in again. And you're like, no, I want to stay out here.
Yeah.
But you can't. So, and that's why I decided, as you can see, to do the show outside tonight.
Yeah.
Because I just
me as well.
Yeah,
I don't want to be inside.
well.
It's too nice and it's too short-lived in this area. So you've got to live up every minute of this beautiful weather and take it. So that's what I'm doing. And I think it's the best. But yeah, so the stress is weird. A couple of beers here and there. I don't think I've drank any more than I normally do. I think the warm weather.
No, I don't. I haven't either, Matt. Really, it's maybe one when I come home, and it's just to get a release, basically, what I'm trying to do. And golf is starting up, so there's going to be another. After work, I can just head right out and whack some golf balls. And feel
see, I don't golf. That doesn't work for me at all. Golfing is very, very difficult for me. Little ball, knock it out in the middle of the field, have a few beers, it's over. I can't find it.
Well, it's really good social distancing for me because most of the time I I'm in the woods looking for my phone.
Yeah.
Okay, staying 6 feet away.
Yep, I'll be 6 feet away, but I'll be getting ticks on me because I'm in the
Yeah.
woods.
Well, that's the thing. You know that it's really, and I know it's with
Everything, but it kind of is annoying that with the nice warm weather, that's when you have another kind of, I don't know, a thing to worry about, like the bugs and the mosquitoes and the ticks. And, if you let your pets out, they come back on your pets, or your pets come in with fleas. And that really just is really annoying to me, because even the cats and the dogs want to go outside and enjoy the nice weather. And you let them back in and they're crawling with bugs half of the time. You can't even see them. So I don't know.
We've
It
had
just
some pretty
annoys me.
good stuff that we use for the dogs, because we've been through that over the years where you just couldn't keep the bugs out of the house.
Yeah.
But the stuff we're using now seems to work pretty good.
Oh, that's
So
good.
I feel good about that. But it's stressful. I mean, look, Joey had Lyme disease last summer.
Did he really?
We didn't even
Wow.
know, I mean,
Yeah.
we think he got it way in June and never realized it till August. And he was up in Syracuse in the hospital at
Oh, that's
Golisano
right. That's right.
for a few days,
That's right.
and that's scary. Once they say, you're sitting down here in town in the hospital, they say, we're sending him to Syracuse. And you go, what? And all of a sudden you're following an ambulance to Syracuse to sit with your kid in the hospital for 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's kind of scary,
Yeah.
It
Very
is.
much so.
but
Very
we
much
made it
so.
through. And that's all you can do. I mean, it's better than living down south where they have rattlesnakes and scorpions
Yeah.
and,
Yeah, I
different
agree.
things that'll poison you and bite you and hurt you. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
I just,
Yeah. I
good
agree.
old New
No.
York. In the winter when it's 10 below zero, there ain't nothing living out there.
No,
No,
there's not.
no.
Especially not us. Now, I'll say one thing. You
You guys, I kind of feel bad for you two, because we're all essential workers, yes, but in my job, I don't really come in contact with the public in person. I talk to people on the phone all day, but you guys both have people coming into your establishment and seeing them. Or you guys have like a collection of masks, or what are you guys all doing to make sure you're staying safe out there?
Well, we have masks.
Yeah.
We have the Purell, and we have the Lysol spray. So,
Yeah.
and then we have just put up the sneeze guards, I guess we're calling them,
Did you at the teller
So-
windows?
at the cellar windows and at our desks.
Wow.
So, yeah, we're
Weird.
protected good, and my place of business is taking good care of us, and
That's
we
good.
really appreciate that.
That's
And we're
good.
doing the
That's
same
great.
thing. We have to take extra precautions because we're getting in and out of people's cars, which is a
Right.
haven for people to breathe and sneeze and right. So we have gloves to wear when we get into a customer's car. We do sanitizing spray, wipe down the touch points. Then, once we bring the car inside to the technician, or they take it and we bring it back out from the technician, we sanitize it again. We have masks. As a matter of fact, I just had custom masks made with our logo on them, for
Oh,
the
yeah, I did see
membership,
that.
which is very
Yeah.
cool. I had Corey do it there in Messina.
Yep.
And,
Yep.
and we're doing some more, because if you got to do this, I think the mask thing's going to stick around for a while.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So we
Yep.
might as well be prepared, and we're going to give them out to customers when they buy new cars or
Oh, that's
whatever.
great.
Get a free. They're sealed in a package. Of course, I laugh. I give them to people, and they're in little sealed plastic packages, They're hermetically sealed for your.
Yeah,
What
right.
Johnny Carson used to say.
Hermetically sealed on Funkin' Wagnall's back porch since noon today.
There you go.
As Matt was describing what they have to do to the cars, Angie, all I could think of was that episode of Seinfeld where the car had the BO.
Oh, yes. Yep. Oh, my God.
God, yes. Oh my God, yes.
Where Jerry actually threw the keys and the guy went to take the car. Take it. It's
Yeah.
yours. And the guy got in and made that face. I'm sorry.
Yes. Oh, that's great.
Humor is a good thing too, guys.
Well, yeah. I
have
mean,
cars
honestly.
like that, and I have technicians like that. I
Yeah.
just, you never know.
Nice.
You never know.
The humor is good.
And I've said it before, I'll say it again. That's why we decided to start doing the show again, because it takes your mind off of things. It gives you a few minutes where you're not worrying about what's going on, and you just get to sit and laugh for just a minute, which
Yeah.
is, I think, what we all need. And you really, it's not easy to do for a lot of people, but it's kind of good to kind of where you can make light of the situation.
Oh yeah, and I threatened many years ago I was going to come on your show anyway.
See?
And here you
Yeah,
are.
It's real.
I'm going to keep that promise someday.
See, you did.
It took a lot of years, but you made it.
We
I know.
gotcha.
Now I'll be back again. So
That's fine.
Yeah, we love it. We do. And that's what makes it fun for us, because if it's just Ange and I talking together, we've been talking together for years. It's nice to add in
Lame.
different, and we've had some great guests, and you're just another one of those that lines up in here.
That's right.
You know, there's
right.
times that I can't be more thankful for everybody that wants to join us and be a part of this, because that's what makes it. It makes it great. I look forward to it. I was like all excited. I gotta get home. We got JR on, you know.
That's what I said too.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah, that's what I said too.
We got to get going. Yeah.
that's right.
Get
Yeah.
Grandma's grocery list. We're gonna walk around the store and get her stuff for her so she doesn't have to. We had those customers. We had those. Well, matter of fact, why don't we? We're gonna take a break. Okay, and then we'll come back and we'll talk about that, because I think that's a funny story. I think we can all relate to. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Hello, friends. Do you pop out at parties? Are you unpopular? You need Vita Mita Vegemin. It has vitamins, meat, vegetables, and minerals. And now gluten-free. So spoon your way to health. Also available for knives and forks. With Vita Mita Vegemin. Where's the beef? I can't believe I ate the whole thing. Try it. You'll like it. Mamma mia, that's a spicy meatball. So no matter what shape your stomach's in, live it as a blonde. An analgesic and mild diuretic to the kidneys. Slightly higher west of the Rockies. Mamma mia. Here's an important announcement. Are you using that? Don't use that. Use this. 10 out of 9 doctors recommend this, not that. Unless you're facing in the other direction, in which case use that, not this.
All right, and we're back.
What a break we've had.
Oh my gosh, we've changed places.
We've changed places. We've gotten beverages.
So Carly's still doing her baton routine in the back.
I know, that's
The
great.
neighbors are doing their thing over there, having a good
That's
time.
okay.
Yeah.
You know, we're all keeping our distances like we're supposed to. But all right, so the subject we're going to talk about, and I think Jeff, you can relate. Ange, I'm not sure if you can or not, but you can tell me what you think.
Okay.
Back when during the phase drug days, there were certain customers, older women, that would come in and they'd have their little list, right? And they would ask you for an item on the list and show them where it is. So you'd take them down the aisle. It's right here on the shelf, you know, and oh, thank you. Okay, good. And then they'd go walk around for a minute. And then they'd come back. Oh, I have another item on my list, right? And my grandmother was one of these. My grandmother Beldock was one of these ladies that came with the list. And it got to the point, at least at Faze in Ogdensburg, where the girls would see these ladies come in and go up and go, oh, let me get your list for you. And they would take the list and go around and get all their stuff. And
Just to
then
get it over with.
bring it back to the, here you go, you're all set. And of course, the ladies wanted the attention, but I think they were a little disappointed because it was less social time for them walking around with the work in the store.
No.
Yeah.
Matt, it's because they wanted all the stock clerk boys to get their stuff. That's what it was all about.
Yes.
Let me tell you about the time in Potsdam that I was working. It was that night, and this nice lady came in and she says, can you show me where the headlights are? And I said, what? No, you said the headlights? She goes, yeah, the headlights. So I took her over to the automotive section because we had, headlights back then. And I said to her, what kind of car do you have? And she goes, no. I go, no. She goes, no. She said, where is the stuff for headlights?
Oh, that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Wow.
So imagine my surprise.
Oh my gosh.
Well, let me go back and ask the pharmacist because
Because I don't know.
Please stay 6 feet away from me.
Well, so I'll tell you a story. It actually involves Jeff's lovely wife, Kim, because we were talking one day, and Kim is my local pharmacist. She's literally 10 feet that way, and she's right there at the store. We were talking one day, and she said that there was a how do I put this nicely? A former radio host that Matt and I had the pleasure of sharing a building with. Let's just put it that way.
Okay.
And this person would come up to the drive-through, shove the list in the drive-through, say, "Can you go get these things while I wait?" And it was a list,
Oh boy.
and she, yup, and 15 cars behind, but they would still go and do it for this person. And I thought, wow, that's customer service.
Oh,
Because I'd say, you know what, you're gonna have to come in, at least pull off to the side or something. But this person would sit right there until Kim or whomever went and got everything and brought it back. And I just thought, I understand why. I completely understand why. But to me, that's taking advantage of the people that work in the store. Because that's not why they're there. The people in the pharmacy are not there to get your stuff.
So he didn't even like pull out, like there would have been enough time. He could have pulled out and then gone back through the line.
Gone
again.
around to the front or whatever. Nope. Sat right where he sat right there.
Nowadays, and that's interesting because we've definitely, the shopping experience has evolved now, because now you have Instacart.
Yes.
That actually goes and gets your stuff and brings it to your house for you.
Yeah.
All you do is you go on your app and make your list, and they go get it and deliver it to you. And I don't think, obviously those services have risen in popularity due to the COVID crisis, but I don't think you're going to see those slow down. I think people are going to
I don't think you will either.
That for a couple bucks, they don't have to listen. If all I got to do is pay a $15 delivery fee and tip the driver another $5, and they go get everything on my list and drop it on my doorstep, that's worth $20. You know what I mean? I think that's a value for some people, because a lot of people don't like going to the store.
Yeah. Didn't like it before this.
I mean, I don't mind.
You're not allowed to go to the store?
No.
Why not? Because you come home with things you shouldn't?
Amen.
I'd ask what.
Just happened last night.
I didn't order Swedish meatball ice cream. Why did you bring this home?
What did you get last night that you weren't supposed to?
Those nice Mickey ice cream.
Yes.
Chocolate things. Well, apparently there's some in a freezer over on aisle 19.
Uh-oh.
So
and you found them.
Found them, sniffed them out. Now they're in my freezer.
Uh-oh.
You can't go to Disney?
You shouldn't eat
them. You're going to bring it home. I feel you on that. That's funny. And the wife was not happy with you for bringing those home?
I don't know. I never asked.
You just know you shouldn't have brought them home for you. You know you shouldn't have them.
6 of one, half dozen.
Well, that's pretty much it. That's pretty.
I don't have. I like, from a diabetic standpoint. Like, I don't have the urge for the sugar.
Really?
I just don't. It's fine. But I don't know if I told the story here on the show, but like Christmas dinner, we have both sets of our parents over. Jen makes a beautiful prime rib, and we have a nice dinner. And then afterwards, of course, there's desserts, pies, and different things. And of course, Jen gets one of those Schwann's chocolate velvet pie things, the frozen, delicious, creamy chocolate thing.
Sure.
Anyways, and I said, I'm going to have a piece of that. I'm going to, I don't have a lot of sweets. I haven't been eating Christmas cookies or anything. I'm going to have a piece of the chocolate pie after dinner. So Jen cuts me a piece and sets it down in front of me, and she starts cutting it for other people. And I realize we're out of forks. So I get up and I go wash a couple of forks. By the time we're done washing the forks, I didn't want the chocolate pie anymore.
Yeah.
It smelled good. It seemed like a great idea. And then I just looked at it and went, I smelled it. I guess that's good enough. And I was done. I didn't need it.
Yeah.
You see, had that been me, I would have went and got a spoon.
There you go.
Yeah.
You got to think outside
good
the
idea.
box here.
Yeah.
Come on.
I wasn't thinking of that.
I got a spoon. That's great.
Spoon.
Could have used a spoon for my coffee. It was right there next to me.
See, there you go.
If you're
now
lucky,
you know better.
you get the giant spoon.
Yeah.
It's gone in 2 bites.
Actually, I don't like the big spoons. I went to have chocolate pudding once. I get the sugar-free chocolate pudding. It's sugar-free, right?
Oh, I do too. That's very good.
I went to get a spoon, and I'm like, Jen, why is there nothing but giant spoons in here? I don't want a big spoon. I like the smaller spoon for my dainty mouth.
You are.
But I like the...
always knew that about you, Matt.
You're
You were
what?
dainty. Okay. Oh my God.
Either this beer is hitting me really hard, really fast, or what you just said was ridiculous because I've never
It
known
was
your
really
mouth to be dainty.
Did you see the pinky was up too? That's like, you
Wait,
have the pinky
wait.
up.
Here. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there you
There you go. Oh, yeah, there you are. Okay.
Oh
yes.
my God.
Mhm.
Extend
Please
the
pass the grace
Mouth
pinky.
is
upon.
dainty. I've called your mouth big, never dainty.
That's a stretch.
It's, yes, it's a stretch.
Well, you
Oh,
know,
no.
Oh God.
Okay, so we just went off the rails. So
Yeah, well,
that's what we do here on the breakfast.
that's what we
that's
do.
beautiful.
If we don't go off the rails at least one show, it's not worth it.
We missed it. Yeah, we missed the boat on that.
We've missed our calling in the
So,
world.
all right. So, with everything COVID kind of changed and different, I know we've changed our summer vacation plans. We're not going anywhere because the
Right.
resorts and hotels probably aren't going to be open. And you've had to curtail your. I didn't mean to bring it up like that and upset you.
No,
but
it's fine.
curtail your Disney
No.
trip. What about
Yeah.
you? Did you have trips planned, Jr.?
Oh boy,
Uh-oh.
we went to Florida.
Yeah. I was hoping you would tell this story.
All right, are you ready for this one? This is okay. How much time you got left? Because this might go take me.
We're
a minute.
good. We
It's all right,
we
we're
started
good.
a new.
All
We're
right.
good.
So we are booked to go to, as Angela knows, we are Disney fanatics and we belong to the Disney Vacation Club. So we had gone to Disney in December for Kim's 50th birthday party, and we are going back again in March. But we hadn't booked our airfare for the March trip. So as we scramble here at the end of December, beginning of January to get our airfare in March, we realized that the Syracuse flight we normally take, we're JetBlue people, okay? We fly JetBlue. We have the points. We have since 2000, whatever. We've been JetBlue people.
Right.
So the direct flight from Syracuse to Orlando is booked. So now we're scrambling. How are we going to get, our flight down in March? So we look at a Burlington. So we go on Burlington. We book JetBlue. So Sunday, March 15th at 9 o'clock, our flight's leaving from Burlington, JFK to Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
So the week leading up to that flight is when the guy got on the JetBlue flight in JFK, flew to West Palm Beach, got off the plane and said, oh, by the way, I tested positive for COVID.
Oh
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he should have been beaten to an inch of his life, but that's another story.
That's
So I said to Kim, I go, well, now we got to decide, do we want to go or do we want, and by that time, of course, as you know, Disney had already closed
mm-hmm.
Disneyland and they had shut down the 4 parks at Disney World.
But not the hotels, right? Just
But,
The amusement parks.
not the hotels.
Right.
So we checked on that. The hotels are still going to be open, and our dining reservations were still good.
Still good.
So I said to her, I go, if you still want to go and just hang by the pool, I said, let me get on JetBlue because now it's starting to hit and see if maybe we can hit a direct flight out of Syracuse to Orlando, which I'm on hold for 3 hours. Finally, the girl comes on. And I said, this is what's going on. We want to go out of Syracuse. We want the direct flight. So she changes this over and puts us in the 19th row. But it's Sunday night at 6 o'clock. We get into Orlando at 9:30, and we're going to, it's direct. So leading up to that, Kim had called on Sunday morning. He said, are the resorts still open? Oh, yes, they're still open. Everything's still open. Just the parks are closed.
Right.
So we fly take every precaution. So we go to book our flight, or we go to check into the flight, and I see the first 8 rows are empty. Now, in JetBlue, those are the more legroom. So they cost a little more.
Mm-hmm.
So I said to Kim, I said, well, if we're not going into the park spending money, why can't we just upgrade because it doesn't like anybody's in the front of the plane. So when we do eventually get to Syracuse and get on the plane, there was nobody in the first 8 rows except us. So we were social distancing
Right.
wonderfully. And we Perelled everything and Lysol down the whole section that we're saying. So we land in Orlando. We get the rental car. We drive to the resort. We get in. There's a nice letter on the bed that says, "We're closing the resort Friday."
Jeez.
Oh man.
Are you kidding me? We just got here.
We just
So,
called to make sure.
We called to make sure that you were going to be open. Whatever. And of course, our flight back wasn't until Saturday. So,
You hang out on the street for a day?
well, hold on, it gets better.
Oh boy.
So,
It does actually.
So, we go to bed. We get up the next morning, and I hear Kim is on the phone with the car rental place, and I hear her say, "How much is it going to cost for us to drive from Orlando back to Syracuse?" And the guy says, "It's going to come because of what's going on with the coronavirus, and it's going to cost you $167." So I said, "Okay, so when are we leaving?" She goes, "Now, mind you, this is about 9:30 in the morning." She goes, "Pack your bags. We're heading back in a half
Driving
hour."
all the way back from Florida to Syracuse.
So we were technically at Disney for all of 12 hours.
Not even.
So we went down, we checked out, we got in the car. 10 o'clock on Monday morning, we're driving back to Syracuse. Now,
Fastest Disney trip ever.
yes. A couple things to note on the way home. A, once you get on Interstate 95, apparently you have to drive 95 or they'll run you off the road.
Yeah, I've heard that.
And we would stop along the way and get gas and everything. And we're somewhere in Virginia. Don't ask me where it is. And like, man, I really got to go to the bathroom. And where I was like, let's go to the bathroom. So we spy a gas station on the highway we're coming up on. So we get off 95 and we go into the gas station to use the bathroom. Well, when we walk in, they have this section set up with fried chicken, Cajun fried chicken. So we run into the bathroom, we come out, and it's like, I want that fried chicken. It smells so good. I need that fried chicken. So we buy chicken strips and the breasts and the thighs and the drumsticks. And we get out on the road. And, of course, the one time we don't use our credit card, we pay cash for it. So we don't even know where this gas station is because this is the most phenomenal fried chicken.
And you
you
can't
have
go
ever
back.
had
I can't go
in
back
your
because you
life.
don't know where you bought it.
I don't know where we bought it. No idea. So we're eating the chicken, driving up. Where do we end up? Well, this is day 2, and we're on our way to Syracuse. But this fried chicken is phenomenal. So as we're cruising home, now it's getting around 4 o'clock, and we're just outside Syracuse. And I'm, I'm really hungry. It's like, ooh, we still got fried chicken. We reach in the back, pull the fried chicken out, and we get into Syracuse probably 4:30, 5 o'clock. We pull in, we drop the car off at the car rental place, and just for fun, we say, so how much would this have cost us to drive this back from Orlando to Syracuse? And the young fella goes, it would have cost us $800.
Wow.
Wow.
And we paid $167.
67. That's great.
They just wanted that car in Syracuse is all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
Florida plates on it.
Yeah.
But the guy says they sell them all the time. So you can actually drive a car back, and if you want to buy it, just put an offer in on it. And
Oh my gosh.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Blew my mind. But to
Oh, that's
answer your
pretty
other
wicked.
question is we've had to cancel 2 other things so far. We got to cancel. We had tickets to go see Jim Gaffigan.
Oh, that
And,
would have been funny.
I know. And that was this month. And we're supposed to go down. My brother-in-law and his son, Trevor Bombard, and his son, Ben, were going to meet us in New York City, and we're going to go to a New York Met game, but obviously coronavirus took care of
I
that.
haven't been to City Field.
Yeah, it's a beautiful field. We've been, a few times, and we were looking forward to it because I've never seen it with my brother-in-law Trevor, who's a huge Met fan. So, but so here we are, staying at home, social distancing, and washing our hands every 20 seconds.
Yeah,
no
right.
That's what you're
Yeah.
supposed to do, right? Every
Yes.
20 seconds, wash your
At
hands.
least 20 seconds.
It's wash your hands for
20.
20. Oh,
Well, no wonder why my hands hurt so bad.
so dry and cracked. Doing it every 20 seconds.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
we're still
funny.
going to go to camp, because that's social distancing at its best.
Sure.
Right.
We're up on the river, out of the city, away from everybody. There's nothing can be better. But
Yeah.
it changes how I do vacation, because usually I would take that week in August and we go away. Excuse me
Yeah.
again. Ooh,
Yeah.
wow. And where now that's not happening. So we've actually kind of replanned different things, so we're not going to spend the money on vacation. We might do some other stuff with the money, and I mean, we're going to make the best of it all we can. But I think the struggle right now is getting the kids through the school year and getting them over, especially getting Tyler through to graduation.
Yeah, that's right too.
They're having a cruising thing tonight here in Ogdensburg for the kids. You can drive by. They're going to turn the foot. They're going to, what's that?
Military time 2020 on the 20th for 20 minutes.
Did y'all hear
Oh, that's great.
right? Military time 2020
20.
on the 20th for 20 minutes. They're going to turn the lights on the football field, and all the kids' pictures are posted on the fence along Route 37.
Nice.
So they can drive by. They've already said, don't stop, don't socialize.
Yeah.
Just, drive by,
Just keep
honk,
going.
and be so I think that's a great event. And if I get a chance, maybe I'll try and shoot some footage of that. But
Yeah, that'd be great to put up on the page.
these are the things that our communities are doing for our graduates. That's important, because they're not going to have the regular ceremonies and accolades that they deserve, so much so.
Yeah.
I think it's the hardest part is these kids deserve to be recognized for making it through all this.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're not going to get it.
Yeah.
It's a whole different world for them. And they're survivors. God bless them all. They're survivors.
Yeah. Well, they don't have much of a choice, do they?
No,
they don't.
Yeah.
No.
Well, I got to tell you, so yes, we canceled our trip. We moved our trip. We moved it to October. And so I walked in the next day. I put it on Facebook. I we rebooked our trip, whatever. And you know what? I'm bummed. And I think rightfully so. This was our 25th anniversary trip.
Well,
we've been waiting
a long time to go, right?
We waited a long time ago. We took the kids in 2009 and my mother-in-law, and we all went down. We actually did end up meeting Jeff and Kim there for a little while then. And, I said to Mike, for our 25th anniversary, I want to go back, just you and I, because that's where we went on our honeymoon. Yep. And I mean, I am as much of a Disney freak, I think, as Jeffrey and Kim are, because there's something about it. You really have to go. You really have to step foot in the parks. You really have to just kind of let yourself go to it and think, hey, this might really be cool. I know there's a lot of people that think it's not all that great, or, think you're a child for liking it or whatever. But honestly, you really just have to experience to understand. So we wanted to go. I'm sorry, what?
I was going to say, some people that experience it too much or too often sometimes do. It's not enthralling for all of us. Right. I'm that way with Lake George and The Great Escape and all that stuff, right? Because I grew up with it. So every time I set foot in the place, I'm like, it's so amazing I'm here again.
Right.
I understand that feeling you have with Disney, that you're able to do that. And, and obviously, JR and Kim, you guys are lucky because you became part of the Disney Club, and you can go, you basically go when you can plan a trip a couple a year.
Yeah.
So I think you have to have that in life, and I didn't think that before. I used to think, we'll take vacation when the time comes or whatever.
Right.
But you've got to create those moments too in life and enjoy them. And we've done that more in the last 5 or 6 years with the kids and everything, because we want them to have that too. So I get it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't mean to
so we were looking forward to it, and then we decided, well, we're not going to cancel. We're just going to wait and see what happens. So finally last week or whenever it was, Mike and I were sitting at the table, and I said, I don't know. What do you think? Because even if it's open for June, you don't know what it's going to be like. They're not going to be able to do parades, and probably not fireworks, because everybody's all huddled together and whatnot. And, at what capacity will they be at? And just there's too many unknowns. So he said, let's just reschedule. So we looked at our calendars, found a good time in October, called, rebooked, everything was fine. So I put it on Facebook, and I'll tell you that for just a hot minute, I just wanted a little bit of sympathy. Sorry.
Yeah, but you still get to go. I mean, I think that's the
No,
key.
well,
Yeah.
and that's what a lot of people said. You still get to go, and then people are going, I canceled the trip to Paris. I canceled the trip to Italy. I'm like, okay, you win.
Yeah, I don't want to
okay?
go to
Yeah,
Europe.
you-
I have
What you should have said, Angela, is say, well, you just mentioned Epcot.
Yeah, yeah, right. That's
Then you
right.
get to
I
go to
really
all of
should
them at
have.
once,
I really should have. Yes, I can do them all in one day. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. So,
Wonderful.
yeah. So, yeah, it's we did, but now my thing is, so June 20, we had planned on being there on our actual anniversary, which is June 24th. So now I said to my boss the next day, well, cancel my week off in June and make it in October. So now on June 24th, when Mike and I have been married 25 years, and let me tell you, it's been a hell of a 25 years. What do you do? What can we do on June 25th to commemorate the fact that we've been together for 25 years? That's kind of my thing. Well, yes, I'll do that too.
okay.
I'll
Well-
always drink. I don't
I
need to
didn't-
be married
you know what's
25 years
interesting
to
Oh,
is-
drink.
drink. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's it.
We can bring our Disney plush Mickey and Minnie and come to your house. And we can talk really high.
Oh, there you go. Hey, Pluto.
You have a Disney experience. Well, it's funny because Jen and I's 25th was last year,
Right, yeah.
and we didn't really do anything. We did more for our 20th than we did for our 25th. It just turned out to be, hey, this is nice and it's okay, but we weren't in a situation to celebrate it. So that happens.
Right.
So really the key is celebrate each other,
Yeah.
being
Yeah, well.
together or something like that,
Yeah. Okay. Yay. No, I'm just kidding.
But
I'm
yeah,
just kidding.
and I love the resorts, and we'll get to do that stuff. I mean, Graceland opens up tomorrow, Thursday,
Oh, yeah?
which will be today by the time you watch this,
Right.
at 25% capacity.
Yeah.
I talked to my brother. Great Escape is talking about you're going to have to reserve your day, and if you don't show up for your reserved day, you're not going to be on the list next time you reserve,
Really?
because they'll limit how many people can go, and
Right.
obviously, I mean, you can't put everybody side by side on rides, and the
Yeah.
rides are going to have to be sanitized after people.
Yeah.
You know,
Every
if
time.
they hold true to this. That may be a bit extreme in my opinion. Okay, we might be going a little too far with this at this point,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, it's not my call. I'm not the guy in
Yeah.
charge or the
Well,
people.
unfortunately, that's the situation that we're in, is that I think all of us are taking it with stride, this whole situation, but a lot of people are really extreme about it and are very very, very, very cautious. So you have to keep all these people in mind. You have to keep the people who don't think they can catch it and don't care if they give it to anyone else,
Right.
to the people who will wash their hands every 20 seconds,
Right.
literally. They're
Oh,
all
so
there.
it is every 20 seconds.
No, it's not every 20
Oh,
seconds, you poor guy. Are you looking at your lovely wife in the background, by the way?
Oh, she is actually in the kitchen and
Is she?
preparing
She preparing dinner?
our dinner for this evening. So
Oh, she's
Late
so
dinner.
lovely.
That's nice.
I thought maybe we could catch a peek of her, but she'd probably shoot me if you turn the camera toward
she
her.
just said no. So
Oh, well, we love you anyways, Kim.
Yeah, we love you, Kim. You're wonderful.
Oh, she's so
she
cute.
said thank you. So
Yay.
All right. So on that note,
Yeah,
I think that's it for today.
I think we're good.
Okay.
But
Excellent.
Jeff, we will have you back again. We love you, and we love your
We
funniness
love you guys too.
and everything. So we're definitely going to get you back here on the Brew, and hopefully someday we can sit together on the Brew in one place.
Oh,
That'd be cool.
great.
Hey, we have to be 6 feet apart, but we can do it.
That's right.
How the hell? I ain't got it. So
Yeah.
That's right.
Well, I think the herding mentality's out. I don't think we can change that. They did that little experiment with the clear paint and had 10 people do a buffet. And when they turned the lights off afterwards, that stuff was everywhere
Yeah.
on everybody. So I'm not sure we can do enough to protect ourselves the way they think. But I think by being apart for the distance we had, maybe calmed it down some. But I
Yes.
think it's inevitable that it's like, it's like anything. I don't know if you can
Yeah.
keep it from happening.
Well,
I
we'll
don't
do our
know.
best.
Who knows? You know.
I had my antibodies done. I'll let you know.
All right. Kim said she had her antibodies done, and she'll let us know.
She did?
So
Yeah.
now if she comes back positive because she was on the breakfast brew while we're drinking beer on a breakfast brew, go figure. If she comes back positive, do we have to quarantine because we were all together on the brew?
No, she's checking to see if she has the antibodies that she'd already had.
Maybe she already had it. Oh, yes, that's right. That's what the antibody test is. Did you already have it? And
Got
you
it.
know it. All right. I had a bad case of the uglies once. I'm glad they went away.
Yeah,
They
I see
didn't.
that.
Dude, they did not.
Right along with my hair. So.
Oh, poor Uncle Jeb.
All right. Thanks again, Jeff. We're so glad you came
Thank you,
on.
Uncle
and
Jeb. We love you.
You're officially a part of the Brew Crew now.
Yay.
Yay. Tip one back for me.
That's right.
Tip it up, Edge. You got one
We'll
left.
do it.
Here we go.
Yay.
Peace out, everyone.
We're here. Thanks, guys.
Okay. Stay safe. Wash your hands and stay away from me.
Wow.
I'm so glad he's on.
Yes. Matt, go get those cards. Mike forgot to go get them.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us. Please like our page on Facebook. The Breakfast Brew, Your Second Cup is a Brew Crew production.